Week 3 of the NFL season is over, so before we look towards Week 4, let's look back and check out some takes and questions surrounding the league and seeing if we need to throw the challenge flag. So you know what time it is. Joining us, as usual, for this week's challenge flag is New York Post sports columnist, the legend, Steve Serby. Steve, how you doing? Got your challenge flag ready?
Well, I got my challenge towel ready.
Challenge towel?
Yeah, we're going to go with a challenge towel. We're going to start something new.
Okay, challenge towel. At least it's not white. We can say we're not waving the white flag. Okay, we got the challenge towel.
The NFL will revert to challenge towels next season.
Okay, all right. Okay, I don't know how it's going to work in inclement weather, but all right. Okay, we'll see. All right, first thing we got for challenge flag this week: the Dolphins. They served the Broncos a 70-piece on Sunday, scoring the most points in the NFL since 1966. 726 yards of total offense in one game, Steve. That's more than the Jets have amassed thus far this season. Miami, they got speed. They can put numbers on the board. Are the Dolphins the best team in football right now, or no?
Well, I got to throw the challenge towel right away.
Ooh.
No. Look, Kurt Warner believes that the Dolphins remind him of his greatest show on turf, Super Bowl champion Rams, but the 49ers are still the best team in football. Their physicality, their defense, their point guard, quarterback, Brock Purdy, all the weapons he has on offense. The 49ers are my Super Bowl pick from the start of the year, and they're still my Super Bowl pick. The Eagles, I think, would be second, and then the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs are the class of the AFC because of Mr. Mahomes and Andy Reid, and Steve Spagnuolo's defense is really coming on. So I'd put the Dolphins in a class with the Bills and the Cowboys. Tua's done remarkable work. If he can stay healthy, God willing, throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. And by the way, they scored those 70 points, and Jalen Waddle was not even playing, nursing a concussion. So, yeah, the Dolphins are a threat to be the AFC representative, but they're not the best team in football.
All right, not calling the best team in football. One question down, and Steve already throws the challenge flag. Oh, I was supposed to say flag. It's really a towel, but for the purposes of this, it is the challenge flag. Okay, he's got the towel ready. We see that. Let's go to the second point here. Following the team's 15th straight loss, we're going to talk about the Jets here, if you didn't know, to the Patriots on Sunday. The Jets head coach Robert Saleh, they said that they are sticking with quarterback Zach Wilson despite his struggles. Now, you got to check these numbers, Steve. Wilson's completion percentage, 52. His passer rating is 57. And the Jets, they've scored a total of 20 points in his 2 starts. So here's the statement. Zach Wilson will be the Jets starting quarterback after Week 4 when they host the Chiefs. Is the challenge flag coming out here or no, Steve?
Boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to, right now, as I begin my answer, I'm going to hang on to the challenge flag towel.
Okay.
But I reserve the right to change my mind during this answer.
No. You got to be definitive. Either you're throwing it or you're not. No, being on the fence. None of that.
Okay. Well, the options right now for Robert Saleh are Tim Boyle and Dexter Henry, basically. So he is the starter until they bring in another quarterback who has time to learn the offense, and he could probably learn it a lot quicker than apparently Zach Wilson has learned it. But Robert Saleh is in a pickle here now because he's going to lose the locker room. If Zach Wilson puts up 10 points again for the 3rd straight week, Robert Saleh may be compelled, may have no choice but to make change for the sake of change, which is always never a good strategy. But if Zach Wilson's inept and the team is 1-3 after the Chiefs game, which we all believe they will be, then Robert Saleh will have to do something to keep hope alive. So, all right, I'm going to throw the damn towel.
Oh, threw the towel. There you go. All right. Throwing the towel on it. Said he's going to have to do something to keep hope alive. So saying Zach Wilson will not be the starter after Week 4. Ooh, it sounds like desperate times for the New York Jets. Okay, moving on.
I like throwing a towel too, by the way.
Oh, okay. Throwing it. Well, if
Fun part of my day.
Well, you're throwing the towels means you're giving up. It's not a good thing. You're not giving up on this segment, are you? I hope that's
never.
Not.
Who would give up on this segment?
Okay,
Are you kidding?
Okay, just making sure. All right, next one. Bears. We're gonna talk about a couple teams: the Bears, the Vikings, the Panthers, and the Broncos. What do they all have in common? They're all winless. According to ESPN, 2.4% of teams that have started 0-3 in the Super Bowl era have made the playoffs. 2.4% of those teams have made the playoffs. So the odds are not in favor of these teams making the playoffs. But maybe, Steve, just maybe, this is the year that they defy the odds. So I say this to you, Mr. Serby. One of these four teams will make the postseason. Are you believing in a miracle for one of these 0-3 squads?
No, I got to throw it again.
Throwing it again.
Look, the league is crazy. It changes from week to week, and I hope you burn these segments because I'm very rarely right. But anyway, maybe this time I will be. No, the Bears are a disaster. Justin Fields is not the answer. It's becoming more and more apparent with each passing week. The Vikings were 11-0 last year in one-score games, so you expected them to regress. The Panthers, Bryce Young, who knows if he's going to be injured from week to week, if he can stand up to the beating. He's such a small guy, and he has no weapons, basically. Adam Thielen is his leading receiver right now. And the one team that I still hold out hope for is the Broncos because of Sean Payton. They were my best bet last week against the Dolphins because I could not see a Sean Payton team going to 0-3. But here they are at 0-3, but they get the Bears this Sunday. So, look, I still believe in Sean Payton. I think he's an elite coach. For whatever reason, the defense is horrendous. Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, is under fire. Russell Wilson's better than he was, which isn't saying much, under Nathaniel Hackett, who probably, if anything made Nathaniel Hackett's day last Sunday after the Zach Wilson debacle, it was watching highlights of the Dolphins shred Sean Payton's Broncos. But look, it's the AFC. 9-8 could get in the playoffs. I won't rule out Sean Payton going 9-5. I think he'll keep the ship afloat, but 0-3 is a big hole, as you said. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. All
right, you're trusting the numbers there, where 2.4% of the teams that have started 0-3 have made the playoffs, so the odds not in the favor of those teams. Steve has thrown the challenge flag on each of these. All right, we got a last one. We're going to talk about
arms getting a little sore.
Oh, well, you got to stay in shape, man. You got to be ready. You're supposed to be in week 3, week 4 form right now.
I wasn't expecting all these reps.
You had a rough training camp. We'll say that. All right. Lastly, the Cardinals. They had the upset of the week. They knocked off the Cowboys 28-16. Arizona, they've played teams tough through their first 3 games. And if not for a Giants comeback, they could be 2-1. Many people thought that they would be one of the worst teams in the league and tanking for Caleb Williams. So challenge flag or nah for this statement. At the end of the season, the Cardinals will not be selecting first overall in the 2024 NFL Draft. What's the choice here, Steve?
No, I'm holding on to this one.
Ooh.
The Cardinals will not be. It will be the Bears. The Cardinals quarterback, Joshua Dobbs, I bet you didn't know this, but maybe you did, because you know just about everything.
No, I won't say that, but yeah.
At Tennessee, he was an aerospace engineering major.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, even you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
This is his 6th NFL team. Kyler Murray at some point will come back, not for a few weeks at least. James Conner is staying healthy and running rampant on defenses. Coach Gannon is doing a job on defense even without Budda Baker, his best player on defense, who's on injured reserve. So it's the Bears. The Bears, Matt Eberflus is on the hot seat. The offensive line is a mess. Their defensive coordinator, Alan Williams, resigned before week 3. So Eberflus says that Justin Fields is close, but very few people in the Windy City believe that. And to make matters worse, to add insult to injury, Taylor Swift was rooting against the Bears last week alongside Travis Kelce's mom in the suite. Could you imagine Taylor Swift rooting against you, Dex? Now, I know she doesn't root against you, but...
I thought we could get through a segment without mentioning Taylor Swift. Apparently, we cannot. We can't talk about football today without talking about Taylor Swift. It just can't happen. Apparently not.
No.
I've avoided it thus far. I've avoided it through all my recent football segments.
Embrace it. Why did we avoid it?
Not a Swiftie.
You're not a Swiftie. What's wrong?
What, are you a Swiftie?
I'm going to say, well, if Travis Kelce's a Swiftie.
Oh, so Travis Kelce's a Swiftie. You're a Swiftie.
And Donna Kelce's a Swiftie, then I'm a Swiftie.
Okay, noted.
All right.
This is not. You know what? I won't throw the challenge flag on that, Steve. You
don't have a challenge flag.
I don't have a challenge flag.
I'm the one that has
my
it.
producer Lee was out here trying to see if he could find me a flag, and it didn't happen because we were not going to resort to other things like towels because it's not a good look if I'm throwing in the towel. But you are.
I'm throwing in a towel on this segment right now.
Well, I'll say this. Steeler fans might not like this. They saw that towel. That sure looks like a terrible towel. It's not yellow and black, but it looks like a terrible towel.
It is a terrible towel, and it's used. It's used.
It's used. That is the great Steve Serby, New York Post sports columnist, always joining us each week on Challenge Flag, where we have a lot of fun talking about what's good, what topics are hot, what topics are not, and if you should buy or sell, or throw the flag in, or keep it. Steve makes the decisions on that every week. Steve, thank you as usual. I had a good time.
Taylor, quiet. I'm on live right now. Please be quiet, Taylor.
You're trying to get Travis Kelce to come for you. I want no parts of that. Thank you, Steve.